Today we're going to be taking a look at the best hitches available for the 2011 Hyundai Tucson. Now the three hitches we've picked to look at today are all going to be Class 3 hitches. That means they're going to have the 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening. Really, that's the most common size. Here from Curt, we have part number C13120. From Draw-Tite, part number 75717. And also from Curt, part number C13066. Now, if you just like a quick summary to figure out which one I need to use for which application, it's really pretty easy. As far as recreational use, so like bike racks, cargo carriers, things like that, I like the Curt because the pinhole's a little bit further out from the vehicle. That can be especially handy on those folding to style cargo carriers or bike racks that'll fold up towards the rear of the vehicle. As far as towing, that same Curt is a really good choice. With the exception of one thing, that would be if you plan on running your wiring outside of the vehicle, which on the Tucson isn't that big of a task. On the Draw-Tite, you do have a tab that's been welded on right here. 3 pre-drilled holes will allow you to attach a wiring bracket, part number 18144, and you could have your 4-pole live here on the back. Now to get a little bit more in depth, we do have some weight rating differences between our Curt down here and our Draw-Tite and our Curt up higher here. This is the C13120 hitch we mentioned earlier. With these hitches, we're going to have a 3,500 pound gross trailer weight rating all the way down through. That's going to be the total weight of your trailer and any weight that you might load up on it. But the difference comes in our tongue weight ratings. That's going to be the maximum downward force we can put on our receiver tube opening. The Curt and the Draw-Tite are both at 525, where the Curt down here doesn't have the same side brackets here, not quite as beefy. This one's going to be 350 pounds worth of tongue weight. Now, 2 of our hitches also have ratings for use with weight distribution. That's going to be our Draw-Tite and the Curt, part number C13120. Both of these are rated for tongue weights up to 525 pounds. And a gross trailer weight rating of 5,250 pounds. But again, check that owner's manual and make sure the Tucson can handle those kind of loads. Now, as far as clearances from the go, let's start with ground clearance. That's going to be the height of our receiver tube opening from the ground. And the differences are really extremely minor. The Draw-Tite is going to be 13¼ inches. The Curt is going to be 13½ inches. Both Curts, for that matter, 13½. So not a huge difference there. The bigger difference, and the reason I choose the Curt hitch for recreational use, is going to be the location of the pinhole. On the other Curt hitch and on the Draw-Tite hitch, those are both going to be 4 inches from the outer edge of our bumper. So 4 inches basically underneath our vehicle. This one's only going to be 3. That means all of the items we'll be putting in our hitch, bike racks, cargo carriers, things like that, they're going to be 1 inch further away from the rear of our Tucson. That's going to allow us to get in and out of that hatch more easily. Now, as far as finish quality, safety chain connection points, reinforcement collars, everything's about the same here. You can see they're all going to have that gloss black finish on them. They've all got the reinforcement collar around the end to give it a nice clean look. And they're all going to use the round stock style safety chain connection points. The only real difference you're going to have with the Draw-Tite, you've got a second pinhole here. That's for use with the J-pin stabilization system, which is basically just a U-shaped pin, pushes in against whatever item that you've got loaded in there and minimizes any movement or play. Now, of course, with the Curts, there are anti-rattle devices available, so it doesn't eliminate your use of those. This one's just been designed for a particular type. Now, one thing to keep in mind with the Curt hitch, C13066, is that they do recommend the use of a stabilization strap when you're hauling a non-wheeled load. So we're talking about cargo carriers, bike racks, and things of that nature. Now, regardless of whether you choose the Curt and the Draw-Tite with the higher weight rating, or the Curt that has that slightly lower weight rating, ease of installation is going to be almost identical. This one might be a slight bit easier because the hitch isn't as heavy. It doesn't have as much metal here on the outside. But all in all, you're using the exact same type of bolt and the exact same attachment point. That's going to complete our look at the best hitches available for the Hyundai Tucson.